and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377 and visit our website at www.safetyworks.com. That's www.safetyworks.com. The Safety Works line of products has been carefully tested and established as the first line of defense against the worldwide pandemic and beyond. Our high-quality FDA line of personal protection equipment will keep you, your family, and your workspace as protected as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
This program is furnished by amp2tv.square.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guests alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Yeah, welcome to the 6th Borough Radio Show, brought to you by Power Up Radio. Joe and Denise here to talk all about Florida's do's and don'ts that take place every day in the streets of New York. So get ready to ride the A train. Next stop, Boca Raton. So what do you say we get the show started?
Welcome. This is Denise.
Welcome back.
Thank
Oh, you were here last week. I wasn't, yeah.
Yes.
Great to be back. Great to be live on the 6th Borough. And thank you for the gift, by the way.
Oh, you're welcome. Everyone, welcome to the show. We're at the 6th Borough, which is the first hour of our show. And we had some really good belly laughs to share with you about.
We do?
We do,
Oh.
yeah. We have Joe that went away. I was here last week without him. And we
Yeah.
did have a really good show. So that was during the second part of our show,
I've
which is the Power Hour.
been gone 2 weeks.
You've been gone 2 weeks.
I almost forgot how to get here.
Oh, dear. No. Well, it's easy enough for you to get here.
Yes,
You
yeah.
made it. That's the good thing.
Yes,
Very good
I went up to New York, and my high school reunion was in Connecticut, actually, in Danbury. It was my 40th reunion.
Did you hear that, everyone?
40th high school reunion. And it's the first time I've seen probably 90% of the people since high school. I stayed friends with some of them, but it was a lot of fun, and it was quite an adventure.
Well, one thing for sure, if anyone wants to go ahead and comment on the story to come, or if you want to share a story about your 40th reunion, all you need to do is dial 888-565-1470. And you know what? We didn't tell them. They still can go ahead and watch us live. They can watch us
yes.
live. Where can they watch us live? What are some of the
www.powerupradio.com. powerupradiotv.com.
That is right. You can actually see us live right now. So you'll hear us and see us at the same time. And it's really great to watch us because the facial expressions are unforgettable. However, you can also see us on YouTube under Power Up Media, and you can also catch us on Facebook, social media, under Power Up
Got some of
Radio,
those pictures?
the 6th Borough.
Some of
So
the high school reunion pictures.
we got to start showing some high school reunion
Hopefully
pictures.
some of the people from the reunion start calling in.
Yep. So wait, we have to stage this.
You go ahead.
Okay,
Is that
40th
your high school
reunion.
reunion?
That's it, buddy.
Was a class of 4?
No, that's more than that. There was about 60 people there.
60 people.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And we all the guys had the same haircut. Part in the middle,
Uh-huh.
You're
wavy
the
back.
shortest guy.
Yeah, but the coolest.
40th reunion. Okay, so you're in New Jersey.
I landed in New Jersey.
Landed in New Jersey.
I
Okay.
drove from Newark to Danbury. I met some friends of mine Friday night. We went out. We had a decent time. Went back to the hotel, rested. Saturday we went to my old neighborhood in Brewster, New York, where I moved in 1978. There's some of my friends from high school, lifelong friends.
So those of you that are listening right now, Joe is just showing and sharing some of the experiences of his 40th
Yeah.
reunion. So we're going to actually go through it from the beginning. And then, of course, there's one
I know
story.
what you wanna hear,
I know
so-
what the story. You all have to wait and hear. Do not
wanna hear the
leave us.
story.
You need to hear this story because I assure you, you're going to laugh.
So we had the reunion. My school was in Westchester, New York, John F. Kennedy in Somers, New York, and they had the reunion in Danbury, Connecticut, a place called Molly Darcy's, and it was really, really. They did a great job. Christine Daly Smith, Marie Despirito Bruin. They put it together, and it was awesome. I mean, it was the food, the drinks. We had a great time. That's my friend Eamon. We stayed friends after high school, but we haven't seen each other in a while. So I'm going to make this quick.
No, don't make it too quick. We don't
he's-
want to miss anything.
He is a crazy man still, as you can tell, the guy with the hat. And
Okay.
he was, he has a big house in Peach Lake, which is up the street from there, and he invited us to go back to his house. He has a pool table, a bar, and we said, all right.
Okay.
But they all left early, and I hung out with some of my friends that came later to hang out, and, we're drinking and having a good time, and my girl's like, we better go. It's getting late. I want to go to your friend's house. I want to play some pool. And you got to understand something. Where I live in Westchester, I moved from the Bronx to Westchester. When I moved from the Bronx to Westchester, I remembered after all this happened, the transition that it was.
So you went from city,
Yeah,
the
so,
stoop,
like-
you went to the mountains.
So at night, you can't see your hand in front of your face up here. It's,
the Bronx?
No, it's woods. In the Bronx, everything's lit at night.
Were you in Yonkers?
I lived in the Bronx, then we moved to Westchester.
What part of Westchester?
Brewster, New York, Danbury, Connecticut.
You went to the squirrel's house, yes, with the
All right,
squirrels.
but anyway, he's going to interfere. I'm gonna take
He's
that
going to
mic from him.
interfere. That's Freddie. Everyone that's listening, that is our producer, Freddie.
So-
know how you get this Malouk up to Westchester in the woods.
All right,
Hey.
we're gonna start with me getting ready to go out that night. So getting ready to go out, and I'm nervous, and my girl Gina's like, "Why are you so nervous?" I said, "I haven't seen some of these people in so long," and I go, "What should I wear? This and that." So I put my outfit on, and I go, "Honey, how do I look?" She goes, "You look like an effing Guido." I go, "Perfect. That's the look I'm looking for." Perfect.
Mission accomplished, of
So
course.
we get there. We had a good time. So we some of my friends that I met the night before came, and we drinking and drinking and drinking. Don't forget, I don't go out that much anymore. So a few drinks. I'm
Yeah,
feeling
I know.
lightheaded.
I've seen you.
And the last thing I want to do is drive. So I let Gina drive, and we have the directions to the house. And Peach Lake is this beautiful area where there's a house, 2 acres, another house, and everything's in the hills.
So is it like the perfect setting for like a scary, haunting, killing movie?
Yes,
Ah,
exactly.
okay.
So we drive up this long driveway, and there's nobody there. There's no cars there. We see one car. I go, this can't be it. She goes, "This is the address. It's it." I said, "There's no one." And then I looked to the right, and there was a big, big house. I said, "That's lit up. That's probably it." But there was no way to get across. We had to go down the hill, come back, and the GPS goes, "Turn around, turn around." She goes, I told you that was it."
She's so demanding, the GPS.
So she makes a broken U-turn, and the front tires go in a ditch with wet leaves and grass.
Here it comes, everybody.
And we're not going anywhere. We're not moving. So I get out of the car, and I realized where I was. I said, I'm not in South Florida anymore. I'm not in the Bronx anymore. There's nobody here. Nothing. I mean, in the hour we were there stuck, the 45 minutes hour we were stuck, maybe 3 cars passed, and they all tried to help us.
Oh.
But I tried pushing the car out. It didn't budge. Nothing happened. Then this lady comes by all dressed up in a truck. She pulls over. She's trying to help me. It don't budge. And nobody's answering the friggin' phone. I'm calling everybody.
Yeah, no reception.
My friends who I was with answered, but then again, where we were, it takes 10, 15, 20 minutes to get there where we were. And I'm just afraid a police officer is going to come and,
Freddy
my girl
Krueger.
was drinking and this and that. So I said, honey, I'm going to go up to the house there and knock on the door and get some help.
In the middle of the woods.
Yeah, so I trucked up this
I saw
hill,
this movie.
all dressed up, Ferragamo shoes, all dressed up nice. Get up to the hill, I knock on the door, these 2 young kids answered. I said, yeah, I'm looking for Eamon's house. They said, it's next door. I said, but nobody's there. He goes, he's probably there, you just got to knock hard. So I said, listen, help me get my car out of the ditch over here. Come down the hill and help me get the car out. They go, all right, no problem. Let us put our shoes on. They put their shoes on, right? We're walking down the hill.
Here comes.
This is how my girl described it. She goes, I'm looking up the hill, and I see these 2 young kids running down the hill. They didn't run in first. I slipped, and I started rolling. So she goes, I see these 2 young kids rolling down the hill, and I see this black bowling ball about 35, 40 miles an hour going down the hill. She goes, babe, you were doing about 40 going down that hill. I get to the bottom of the hill. I land on my feet. I'm like, boom.
Talk about doing your own stunts.
If we had a video for that, we'd be millionaires today. So right away, I go, let's get this car out. I'm pushing the car. Nothing happened. We couldn't get it out. Finally, a guy comes by, helps us with the rope, pulls us out. I go back to the hotel. I'm walking in the hotel. I see 2 guys I graduated with. They had like a table in the middle of the lobby with bottles and drinks on it. So I sat with them a couple hours. I felt good. We're drinking, having some fun. Then I finally went to sleep. Went upstairs. I felt good. I took a shower. Felt great.
And then?
The next morning, my eyes open.
He couldn't move.
I couldn't move. I was paralyzed. I said, Gina, I can't move. She goes, what are you talking about? I can't move. She goes, you all right? You want me to go to the hospital? I can't move. She goes, really? I picked up my leg. It felt like somebody stabbed me in the leg. I get up. I look at my leg. It's all bruised, right? Then I go to the bathroom, and I can't move my neck. I'm walking like Frankenstein, like this.
Oh, jeez.
And then I go to pick something up. I go,
He had gummy hands.
I called all my friends. I go, listen, we were supposed to go watch the football games that day and have wings. I said, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here and icing my body all day. So
Well.
she stayed with me. I iced the body. You should have seen me going through the airport on the way home. She goes, you want a wheelchair? I said, see if you could get me one. And they said I needed a piece of paper. I go, what piece of paper? I can't walk. So I'm holding on to her hoodie, and she's pulling me through the airport. Oh, my God, what a scene.
Why don't you wear like roller skates?
And then on the plane, I said, you realize once I sit down in this plane, if anybody has to go to the bathroom, they ain't going. They're not
Just
going.
climb right over you.
But I'm finally starting to feel a little better now. But nobody at the reunion really knows about this, because nobody showed up and they weren't answering the phone. Nobody's answering. And then finally the next day they go, oh, we saw your messages. Are you okay? I said, it's a little late now, but I'm okay. But if anybody who's at the reunion, please call us. I want you guys to call in. I had a great time seeing everybody.
If there are any witnesses to this man rolling down the hill,
imagine
like
if we
a
videoed
black
that.
rock.
What about the 2 kids? Did they see this?
Did they laugh?
they were
I would have
scared
laughed. I'm
shit.
sorry.
Did they take? Did they take the video?
Take the video. They thought I died. You okay, sir? You all right, sir? Well, yeah, let's get this friggin' car out of here.
Oh, wow. Well, there you
And
go.
it was cold.
Oh, it was cold.
It was cold, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
That
know.
adds a whole nother dimension
Yeah,
to
but
it.
I mean, it brought back days when I used to play football. You played all day, and then the next day you feel it.
Yeah.
You know, they never found the Westchester Strangler.
Uh-oh. Definitely wasn't me.
That's
He told me to say it.
Maybe he was looking for me. That's why I was running so fast.
oh, Lord.
But it was
You
quite,
roll well, so we should call you Rolly from now on.
it was
You roll
quite
well.
it was quite an experience, and she couldn't help laughing.
I couldn't stop laughing when you were telling me on the
The
phone.
next day, I'm like this, and she starts laughing again. I go, "What are you laughing at?" She goes, "You don't understand how fast you were rolling down that hill." She goes, I thought it was a tire. That's how fast it was going. She goes, there was a big truck tire coming down there. Bro,
How did you
Oh,
land on your
gosh.
feet? Is the
I
point.
wish I knew. And my doctor, my chiropractor, was like, you realize you could have broke your neck? I said, I could have broke everything.
Well, there you have it, folks.
But when I started falling, I remembered, from riding a motorcycle and stuff, they teach you.
Oh, stop, drop, and roll.
Tuck
Oh,
your
that's
head.
sorry. That's for
Don't-
fires.
Don't fall on your head. Tuck it. So once that momentum started going and this 248
You were
pounds
tucking your
started
head?
rolling,
Tucking your head?
if there was snow, I would have looked like a snowball.
You would have formed a snowball.
But that's my reunion
America's
story.
funniest video. Can we reenact?
Oh,
reenact
man.
Oh,
it?
If,
goodness.
I gotta ask. You know what? I should ask them if they have security video at that
They
house.
probably do.
I'll ask Eamon.
probably play-
Eamon, if you're listening, ask your neighbors if they have security that
They
night.
play it
boy.
at every
I'll
party
split the
since.
residuals with you.
They're playing it at every house party they ever had.
Oh boy.
They did. They just looked at me, sir. Are you okay? I said, well, yeah, I'm fine. No, my clothes didn't get ripped. Nothing, just a little
You
dirty.
didn't have any trees out of your hair?
No, and my shoes looked like I went mudding the next day. I showed him. I go, look, my shoes really tell the story.
Well, this only happens to Joe.
Yeah.
Within the 6th borough. No matter where you go, you take it with you.
I said you better have a reunion every 5 years because I am not going to make another one after that.
Well, we're going to go to a commercial break. Before that, we're going to let you know who is our guest and are we ready for him? All right. So who do we have for our guest so that they can stay tuned?
We have the main man, Michael Lohan. Good friend of mine for years. Very talented guy. Very good man. Sorry, Mom. Very helping man. He puts himself out there to help people. He goes that extra mile. Great guy.
Yes. So everyone stay tuned. We're going to go to commercial break.
None of these mumbles.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 RD companies Promo is have the trusted premier us source of for unique their and promotional captivating product promotional needs. products. Call Whether you need gifts 1-855 for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between. RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377 and visit our website at www.safetyworks.com. That's www.safetywercs.com. The Safety Works line of products has been carefully tested and established as the first line of defense against the worldwide pandemic and beyond. Our high-quality FDA line of personal protection equipment will keep you, your family, and your workspace as protected as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. We've been hearing the wonderful story from Joe Rubo, who had a 40th reunion visit up in New York and actually just really explained his rolling down the hill experience at the speed of light and landing on his feet.
Yeah.
But more importantly, if you want to really comment and call in, it's 888-565-1470.
I got to thank Gina, my girl. She's a real trooper for hanging in there with me. You know, she went through quite a lot, you know. She might be the one, you know.
Oh, wow. Did everyone just hear that? It might be the one.
Yeah, we might set a date to get married.
Oh.
What do you think, Fred?
Okay.
I think I'm setting a wedding date. For me.
For Gina.
Yeah,
Wow.
February 30th.
Who's Gina?
What?
Who's Gina?
February 30th. There's no such date.
For you?
Exactly.
I think
Of
you
course,
should. I think
of
you should
course.
do it tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, February 30th, no, it'll
I'll
never happen.
I'll marry you. I'll be the priest.
Oh, God.
We'll get it
All right,
notarized.
let's go to Mikey. Go ahead.
Well, we have Michael Lohan with us. Are you there live? Caller
Yes,
Lohan,
I
are you
am.
there?
Michael.
Yes, I am. Yes,
There
I
he
am.
is.
Well, welcome. Welcome to the show.
Hi, I don't know if I'm on an episode of Jackass or Indecent Proposal. Are you proposing on the air, Joe? Seriously?
It was a joke, Mike. February 30th is my wedding date. You coming?
I'll have to see where I am at that time, but I'd love to.
Okay, you find February 30th on the calendar. And I'll be your buddy.
Well, Michael, thank
you
you
go.
so much for joining us today. I've heard so much from Joe and his stories and how you know each other. And just so that you know that the 6th Borough is for everyone. And we just want to be able to share and go back in time the different things that have occurred in the 80s. We want to know some more about you. And Joe's got stories. We just want to know a lot about you. Where are you from originally?
Originally from Long Island. Do you want to go back to the 80s? Are you serious? Do you have a week to talk on the radio?
We don't have a week, but we only got a few minutes here. We speed through time pretty quick, but yeah, we wanted to bring some nostalgia back, but we want to hear some more about you. You're originally from Long Island, so he's really he belongs to this. He's a New
York
Yorker.
boy, yeah.
He's a New Yorker. I love that.
Born and bred in the pasta industry and been there for, hundreds of years. I mean, my family goes back a long time.
Now, you're in Texas now, Mike?
Yes, I'm in Texas. Yep.
Texas? Okay.
Yep.
So, Mike, tell us a little bit about. If we can turn it up, we can hear it, please. Tell us a little bit about when you were in Long Island and how you got into the business of entertainment and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So, share us a little bit about yourself.
Oh gosh. Well, I went to school. To be an attorney. I worked. Instead of finishing law school, I went and got a job on Wall Street, and I worked on the floor of the exchange. I had a seat on the Mercantile Exchange and traded oil for 11 years.
Wow.
And from there, after the exchange kind of ended, I went and worked in investment banking. And from there, the company I worked for put me in with Ford Modeling Agency, and I helped turn that company around and sell it. And then we started an electronic cigarette company. We were the first ones out there. It was born out of Florida. In Sunrise, it was called Smoking Everywhere. Then we went on to develop the snack food line for Arizona Iced Tea, and it goes on and on. In 2005, I had been sober for a while, but there was a situation that arose, and I had a couple of drinks with my friends. It kind of relapsed. I got in my car, and I got in an accident and actually died in a car accident doing 80 miles an hour. I hit a telephone pole, and that was kind of an epiphany in my life. And I wound up getting 1 1/3 to 4 years in prison for my first DUI. And that kind of changed my whole perspective on a lot of things.
Wow.
So I kind of made a promise. I made a promise to God to work with people with addiction problems, Of course, my daughter was going through things and other people I knew. And for the next 16 years, I worked in the addiction community.
I can see why that would be so meaningful to you.
He helped
Yeah,
my
yeah,
he helped
it
my
was.
brother too, and we really appreciate you, my family, for what you did for my brother.
So did you? But
Well,
did you? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, it's all right. No, I was going to say, Kim, and it was, that's why I did it. I worked in the community in that industry because I really wanted to help people. And unfortunately, as you probably know, that came to an abrupt stop about 2 years ago when some guys that were a company I was working for. Now, mind you, I worked in the industry for 16 years, and I had a couple of rehabs, and I consulted for them, and I sent hundreds and hundreds of people to rehab. And the last one I worked for, the guys that owned the place got in trouble, and instead of getting sentenced and being men like they were, they turned around and said I was selling them patients. They said I sold them 6 patients, and they charged me with patient brokering. So, I went and I took 3 lie detector tests, I took voice stress tests, I passed everything, and they still charged me.
And what happened with that, Mike? Did you beat it? Didn't you beat that?
Well, I could have gone to court. I had all the evidence I needed. But, Joe, you know what it's like to have a family in the public eye.
Yeah.
They would have dragged every one of my family into it, made a spectacle. So I just took a plea and took probation.
Oh, okay.
That's a burden to bear. It's quite a bit. Being in the spotlight as you are and having that popularity with your daughter, and that's a lot to bear. I mean, you did a lot. We're showing pictures at this moment of Lindsay, and I guess that would have been Lindsay's mom.
Yes, that's Dina.
That's there. Okay, that's Lindsay Lohan, and of course that's Michael Lohan, who we have on the phone right now, and. These are some pictures that we're rolling through.
There's a picture of me, you, and Jeremy when we shot that commercial, Mike.
Yeah, the one I did for, I think that was Treasure Coast.
Yes, exactly, yep.
How did you both meet?
We met in the studio, wasn't it? How did we meet?
Yeah. You were doing something. I was doing something with Damon Feldman with celebrity boxing when I was boxing at the time.
Okay, right.
And I think
That's
how it happened.
And you
we
told
hooked
me,
up from there
and
became
you
friends.
had me go to David Hasselhoff's house for Jeremy's wedding to represent you.
Yep.
That's
I
right,
couldn't
yeah.
get out there. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You asked
So,
this Mama Luke to
like-
represent you?
Yeah, he sure did.
Wow, you had a lot of trust in him, huh?
I like him. Yeah. No, I do trust him. I trust Joe a lot. And it's a shame what him and his family have gone through in their case, too. I mean, especially their mom. And that's the reason why I didn't do it. I didn't go to court and fight. First of all, they wanted $150,000 to fight it, to go to trial, which is ridiculous. I mean, I had all the evidence I needed to prove I was innocent. But, then they drag your family into it. And they make a spectacle out of it. And our families aren't the ones that should suffer. And when you're, like I said, when you're in the public eye, you're highly scrutinized. I mean, look at my DUI. How many people get one DUI, the first one in their life? No one else is involved, and they get one in the third 4 years in prison.
Right.
I mean, come on. I had to appeal my case, and it took 21 months to have it heard. And when I did, I won, but they got 21 months out of me.
Yep.
Yeah, there are things that are very serious and need to be dealt with, and that does take a lot of time.
Yeah.
But we've just been taking a look at some of the pictures, so some family pictures actually of yours. And now that you're living in Houston, how are you keeping yourself busy these days?
Well, when I got out of the treatment industry, I actually got into the wellness business, which is totally different. It doesn't deal with people with addiction problems, but just people in their well-being and from a holistic standpoint. And we started a wellness company. It was bought by a company based out of Port St. Lucie, Florida, and that's a public company. And now it looks like we're doing a pretty big merger I can't discuss right now. But I have a call coming up on Monday that might bring us to a whole new level.
Don't forget about me, Mike.
So, what
never
attracted
forget
you to
about you.
Houston, though? Why Houston and not staying here?
Well, at the time when I came down here, it was just when COVID started. And there was a hospital group that asked me to come down and open up detox centers for them in the hospitals. And I came down to open up the detox centers, and I wound up selling my interest out in that. And then the indictment came down for the patient brokering thing. and I'm not in the industry anymore. I can't be in the industry.
Wow.
So Houston was the next best
and
stop.
imagine that. Imagine
All the people
calling
that
me
you
from-
helped.
And I had 163 letters of people saying I saved their life and their kids' life and their family's lives, and I never asked for a penny. And here you go, 16 years and 12 treatment centers. I referred to Treasure Coast. I referred to Lake Haven, to the Haven, to dozens of Sunrise Detox, Jupiter Detox. I mean, so many of them, and I never asked for a penny and got a penny. I did interventions and flew all over the country and never asked anyone for a red cent. And they want to accuse me of taking $16,000 in kickbacks? Please. And this is coming from two guys that were indicted for patient brokering, lab kickbacks. I mean, you have to be blind not to see that they were just trying to get, reduce their sentences.
Wow.
Exactly why they figure give it to the guy that everybody knows. Let him get in trouble. That's what the press wants.
They just wanted to have a high-profile case that they could put me on a pedestal and say, hey, look who we got. That's it.
Yeah. But I'm glad things are going good for you.
My family's used to that, though, Joe.
Yeah,
We've gone
they
through
sure
so
are.
much, and there's so many things that have been said about Lindsay and myself and family members that aren't true. I
Yeah.
mean, my poor daughter, look what she went through. She just wrapped her movie, as a matter of fact. I was on the phone with her half an hour ago. She just finished her new movie in Ireland.
I see she has something coming up on Netflix, right?
Yes, I did see that.
Yeah, Falling for Christmas. Yeah, it's an amazing movie. That everyone's going to love it. It's
that's
really
great.
It's a remake of Overboard in a different setting.
Oh, my
okay.
gosh, that's wonderful. One of my favorite movies.
Yeah, well, watch the trailer. The trailer's out there. Look up Falling for Christmas, Lindsay Lohan trailer, and you'll see it. I mean, it's hysterical. There's some really great moments in the movie.
Good.
I do have a question. So, for someone like yourself and being in the limelight that you have been, and working with your daughter and Lindsay being in the industry, some of the challenges I can't imagine have just been unfathomably difficult. So, how would you say you've overcome some of this? And if you were to give advice in other families, let's just say that, of who go through these really challenging moments of dealing with addiction and whatnot, what advice would you give, being you were in the industry for that long?
Well, you know what? But first of all, you have to develop sort of Teflon skin, and you have to let things flow off your back like water off a duck. At first, things bother you, but I hate to say you get used to it. You have to pick your battles, and you have to know which ones to really stand up against. And it's kind of hard because there's a lot of things you do want to defend. When someone says something, you want to defend yourself, but you have to learn not to. And biting your tongue is a very painful thing.
Yeah,
But
you have to swallow a lot of pride sometimes.
So you're
Yeah,
saying that
certainly
there's
do.
so much in the tabloids that it's just a very difficult thing to not let it become part of your wellness of being in mentality every day. You just need to put it aside and shove it under the rug and not pay attention.
See, the thing is, if you know Mike the way I know him, and then the stuff that they sometimes that they said about him and stuff, I'm like, it's just ridiculous because I know you personally,
Yeah, well, it's a shame, but you know what? That falls true with a lot of people. The sad part is, anyone can make an accusation and say something
Right.
about someone, and you can even be arrested for it. And even though you prove yourself to be innocent, it never shows up. You never see that fine print saying, that case was dismissed or whatever, or lack of evidence. I mean, all it takes is someone's word, and that's horrible.
and they
it's
just
happened so many
want that
times.
conviction.
Yeah, well, it goes with rumors, too. We don't substantiate rumors. If you look in the fine lines or at the end of some article by TMZ or Radar or this one and that one, it says the person was reached out to, but we couldn't get a comment.
Yeah.
So how do you know that they really called a person to find out their side of the story?
This is true.
They did not.
Yeah, freedom of press.
They don't. I've been there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's very true. Many times we've read things and we just can't imagine in the print that it shows up, and you really can't give much credibility because it's all hearsay. It's made up, and there's so much non-truths out there. But you know what, Michael, to what you're saying here, all of that can lead to mental distress, especially if you're in the limelight, and that is very much so forgotten. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I do. And for the people that weren't used to it or couldn't handle it, don't forget, God gives us only as much as we can handle. A lot of people, that's how they fall into drug and alcohol addiction. They can't take it. That's their escape. I mean, just imagine some people, they say the most horrific things about them, and no matter what they've said to defend themselves, or if they're told not to defend themselves, here they are. They close up, they get isolated, and they drink their sorrow away, or they numb their pain. And it's horrible, and it happens to a lot of people. I mean, thank God I didn't go down that road, and I knew better. I made a promise to God in 2005 when I had that accident I'd never drink again, and I never did.
You've been clean all that time.
All that time, not
God
one
bless
drop,
you.
ever.
God bless you, man.
Yep.
Well, congratulations on staying clean. That's important to many of the people that we've had on our show in the 6th Borough or the Power Up Hour. There's accomplishments, man. So congratulations on staying clean. We really recognize that's an effort.
When do you think you're going to be coming down this way again, Mike?
I'm going to have to soon because that deal is, the deal went through at Port St. Lucie. And if my phone call goes well on Monday, I'm going to have to come down, probably a lot more. So probably in the next couple of months.
Good. Love to see you. Love to have you come on.
Well, I'd love to. I'd love to, buddy. I'd love to see you and your family anyway.
Oh, thanks. Great.
Michael, how often do you get to see your family?
Well, it's kind of hard. I was just going to get into it. It's kind of hard because Lindsay lives in Dubai, but my son Cody has flown down here. I fly in to see my daughter Allie. My son Michael, I see him all the time when I'm up there, usually for holidays, but there's occasions when I have to be up for business, and I do go up there and see them. Unfortunately, my mom just passed away a year ago.
Yes.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Oh, thank you. And we were all there for that. Lindsay couldn't go. She was actually in Dubai at the time. But all my other kids were there.
Did
Lindsay's actually heading to the States the end of October to do something. I think we'll get together then.
Well, we wish you a lot of luck in making sure that you get as much as you can the opportunity to see family, because there's nothing like seeing family, especially when you're undergoing so much stress, being in the limelight the way your family has been. I just can't imagine how difficult it is just to keep some sort of normalcy for yourself, let alone for the family.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? You just have to grow thick skin. You really have to. I mean, I hate to say it, but you have to get used to it, like I said always. And it's horrible for people to do that, but I kind of do it to shield my family, because the more I respond to things, the more they bring my family into it. I can't just say something and say, and they don't say Michael Lohan said this. They say Lindsay Lohan's father said this. So they bring Lindsay right into it.
Yeah.
You kind of lose your identity in that, I would imagine, because a lot of headlines read Lindsay Lohan's father as opposed to Michael.
Yep.
So I can see how that could be somewhat of an identity crisis there.
Yeah, I guess it could for some people, but I am who I am. And Lindsay's a star. It's not me. And she's responsible for all of her success. Not me, not her mother, no one else. She's a very gifted and talented girl, and you'll see that in the next, I think you've seen it already. She should have gotten an Oscar for the Parent Trap, but it'll come along. She's just an amazing girl.
Yeah, she's still young. She'll get one.
Well, that's a question as a parent to a child star. I mean, that's a lot of work and devotion from your side, wouldn't you say?
Well, it really wasn't, because, the studios always took care of everything. And she really started to make it big when she was, she did all the commercials. When she was 10 years old, she started the Parent Trap. Over the next couple of years, we traveled with her for the movie she did with Disney. But then when she got to 16 and 17, against my wishes, Dina let her go out to California and live with one of her friends, and she was doing all the films out there. She was kind of on her own at 17 years old.
Oh, that's very young.
Yeah, it was too young. It was, and that's when all the crap started to hit the fan. And I was totally against it. I didn't want it, and that was part of the downfall of my marriage with her, because we should have been parents first, and not, Dina was her manager, and she made the call, and whatever. I wasn't there to make money off my kids. I was there to be a father first. That's what mattered.
That is a lot of dedication. There's so much that gets in the way. And our children today, I mean, they just have really their own journeys, and sometimes they just don't see the value that a parent can add as far as guidance is concerned. But the industry in itself is crazy. It's just a crazy, crazy industry to be in. The kids are left to their own devices.
You're so right. And imagine that. Imagine, here's a kid making all this money and having all this power, so to speak, and I'm a dad. And when she was doing the wrong thing, I was the first one to stand up and speak up and say, hey, listen, you can't do this, Lindsay. It's not right. Meanwhile, everyone else is shutting their mouth, and Lindsay's getting pissed at me because I had no other alternative. I knew what was going on, and I wasn't going to let it happen. So I was the bad guy. And there was about 2 years where we were really at odds with each other because I didn't like the path she was taking. And believe me, I know. Because when growing up, all through high school and college, I never did a drug or drank. Maybe a couple of beers here and there with my friends in college. But when I hit Wall Street, that's when I was a weekend warrior. It was drinking and cocaine all the time. In the 80s, everyone did it. And I know the effects of it. And that's why I tried to keep my kids away from it and teach them. That's not the path to take.
We were always mentioned here back in the 80s. It was much different when we were younger, young adults, and then raising kids. It's just a whole different element in what our kids are exposed to.
Yeah.
And we've talked about this because they've been, between internet and the speed of information that they're receiving, and again, being in an industry, the media industry, like Lindsay. I mean, it's like it's a train wreck waiting to happen. If you really think about
and
it.
The drugs out there now.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was growing up, there was alcohol and marijuana, but now look at this. That's all there's MDMA. There's everything. Meth is out there. There's so many things out there. Bath salts and all this crazy stuff out there that was never around when we were growing up.
Yeah. It's very frightening, very, very frightening. But she's doing better, and she's now in Dubai, you said, and she's coming back in October or November?
Well, she's in Ireland now. She just wrapped today. Was her last day of shooting Irish Wish. She's going back to Dubai, and then we're going to meet here in the States.
Well, good for you. It sounds like it'd be just in time for the holidays.
How are the little ones doing, Mike? They're not little anymore, probably,
They're
right?
They're the apple of my eye, just like my other kids were when they were young.
Right.
As a matter of fact, when we get off the phone, I'm taking them to a football game, and we're going to go on the field. And
how old are they?
Great little boy.
How
7
old
and
are
9.
they? 7 and 9?
Great ages.
7 and 9, yeah.
Both boys?
Landon and Logan.
Okay.
Both boys, yep.
Landon and Logan. Wow, let me say that. Yep. Landon Lohan, Logan Lohan.
It's a lot of L's.
Yep.
That's a lot of L's. You wouldn't know who to yell at first. I'd be just saying L, whatever your name is.
No, it makes it a lot easier, believe me.
Now, do you think that they want to be following the footsteps of being in the media? Is that something you're trying to steer them away from? What's going on with your thoughts on that?
No, they want. Landon wants to be a lawyer, and Logan wants to be a cop. Believe it or not, he wants to be an FBI agent. But they're both really good athletes, and we have a lot of. My brother did especially well through college. He was a 3-time All-American lacrosse player. His son is a professional hockey player. My cousin is a professional golfer. So there's a lot of professional athletes in my family. And they really excel in sports. My kids are amazing. They're amazing athletes. My little 7-year-old Logan is so good, he plays up 2 years right now in football.
Wow.
Yep.
You told me last week or the week before you were going to a championship game or something with him.
Yeah, we went to. It was they were playing in the championship. We lost. I'm the coach,
okay.
but we lost. But we played a good game. One of our good players was out with. I guess it was. They thought it was COVID, but it was a flu.
Right.
But we would have won. But they played a good game and they had fun. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
When you're a parent, you've actually done 2 phases. You've had older children, now you have 2 smaller children. It's very often that you hear that you do things differently than the first time around if you're with the older ones. So are you in the place where you're doing things differently versus the first time around and now?
Yeah, because I'm a lot older. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm 60 years old. I can't run around like I used to. When I was 40 years old and I had my other kids, I was deadlifting 420 pounds. Now I can't deadlift 42 pounds. No, I'm kidding. No, I still work out, but no, it's a lot harder. Things are a lot different, but in a good way too, because I look at things differently. I have to deal with things differently, of course, because things are a lot worse than they used to be, and I have to be a lot more protective. But you learn from, after raising 4 of the kids with Dina, you learn from the experience.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of things that I appreciate more. Like when I was working, when Dina and I had the kids, I would get up at 4 a.m. I had to travel from Long Island to the World Trade Center. That took me an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then I'd go to work. The exchange would open at 8 in the morning. It would close at 4. I didn't get home till 6. So I saw the kids from 6 to 8. I saw them for 2 hours, and then on the weekends when I coached them or went to their games. But, now I take a lot more time for my children.
That seems to be the pattern. We do things differently on the second time around. I don't intend to have a second time around at all, but I give you a lot of credit for doing that. And they sound like fabulous children, and you get to do things in different memory. I think it's just, you just appreciate things differently than you did on the first go around with the older kids.
Thank you for saying that. I appreciate that.
Of course.
They are
of
good
course.
kids.
Well, we really
God has been
appreciate
good.
everything you're saying. I mean, this is like information. I mean, just the story of raising kids, especially like a Lindsay Lohan celebrity profile. You having to deal with the public eye, the ups, the downs, the challenges. It's not all pretty. It's not. People tend to make that
the
mistake.
Scrutiny, it's hard. It really is hard. I had that conversation with one of my partners today, and he was saying that he has a mentor at his church, and he was talking to him about how much money he made, and he doesn't do the right thing with it. And the guy said, whoa, 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 whoa. He said, you have to understand something. Where there's much given, there's much required.
True.
And, I have more problems with the $30 million I have. I probably have more problems than you have. You just don't see them. And they're different kinds of problems. And some people have the same problems for that matter. But, there's a high stake. When you have success, you really need to do the right thing. You really do. There's people that don't do the right thing, and sooner or later they pay the price, or they feel the repercussions in some way. But we all have to remember that a gift is a gift, and you better take care of it, because what God gives you, He will definitely take away.
Exactly. Yep. All right, Mikey. Well, we appreciate you coming on, and I hope to see you soon. And Mom made sure I tell you hello.
You tell Mama Ange I miss her, I love her, and I love your family, buddy, and God bless you all. And
Thank you
thanks for
so
having
much.
me.
Thank you for coming on. We really appreciate it. Best of luck and happy holidays to you coming up.
Take care, Mike.
Take
Thank
care.
you very
Thank
much.
you.
You too. God bless. Bye-bye.
So you've heard from Michael Lohan, and that was some interesting information. I mean, it's being someone like what we do is interview. You just don't know how deep to go sometimes. You don't want to.
Yeah, we talked about it.
We did.
And he opened up.
He did. We weren't sure if he was going to talk about Lindsay or not, but he did, and I'm very grateful that he did, because he gave us some insight.
Right.
We're hearing it from a source, and some truth and reality of what we read in the tabloids versus hearing it from the person themselves.
Yeah.
So it's very challenging. I mean, the fact that he talked about it, and gosh, I mean, sometimes things just happen to people consistently. I mean, he's had such a run in so many different ways that,
Believe me, I know.
like many train wrecks, but he still came out. He still came out alive, and
he's a great guy. That's why me and him are such good friends. We're so much alike in so many ways.
Wow. I mean, and
He's
now
a fighter.
he's
He don't stop. He don't
reinventing
give-
himself too. He has to now. He's been escorted out of one industry. Now he's in
Yeah.
the wellness industry, and still trying to maintain, relationship with his children, and just all that history and information. That's tough. That really is tough.
When can I eat this?
Later. So we're going to go to a commercial one. So hang in there, and we'll be right back.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377 and visit our website at www.safetyworks.com. That's www.safetywercs.com. The Safety Works line of products has been carefully tested and established as the first line of defense against the worldwide pandemic and beyond. Our high-quality FDA line of personal protection equipment will keep you, your family, and your workspace as protected as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Sixth Borough you've been listening to. And we just had an interview with Michael Lohan. Yes, that is Lindsay Lohan's dad, as we know him as the father, which many, many headlines have. And it was a very interesting interview. If you've missed it, you can go ahead and see it again. You can go to our webpage, or you can go to, which is www.powerupradiotv.com, or you can go over to see it on YouTube, which is also live at this moment, and that is at Power Up Radio Media. You can see it on there, and you can also catch it on Facebook. It's recorded on there as well. Some really interesting pieces of information that we were able to get, and he was very open once again, talking about certain things about Lindsay Lohan, and I think it was a really good interview.
It was a great interview.
Mike
is an easy guy to talk to.
He's very easy, and he's given everything that he's been through, he's still walks with his chin up and shoulders up, and reinventing himself. I mean, that's
he does
tough.
not stop. That man, he works and works and works. He's helped me tremendously with VIP TV. He's brought me a lot of sponsors, and he's helped, like I said, my brother. He sponsored him in rehab, which would have cost thousands and thousands of dollars. It didn't cost him a dime. Yeah, and it was for 18 months straight.
I wonder, for someone that was in the industry, to see your own child to have to go through that, addiction process, and here you are trying to help others, and your own child goes into this whole state of addiction, and she was on her own. I mean, at 17, she's out in Hollywood doing her thing and exposed to so much lack of supervision. I mean, it's sad. Right. It really is sad. Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
It was good stuff.
So let me ask you.
Tell me.
Did you miss me last week?
I missed you.
Okay.
I missed you last week. We actually had some really great conversation, and we talked a little bit about some of the things that I had going on, but we did miss you very much. It
Yeah,
was
she
almost
missed-
like a hole in the wall. It was
She
like, it was
missed
just
me
like
so
there was
much
a hole.
when I called in. She didn't answer.
Yeah, it's true. He was landing on the plane, and he tried to call in, and we just couldn't get him on the line fast enough.
Freddie told me Joe's on hold, and you're like, let him wait.
No. That's not
wait.
true. That's not true.
He's
When
not going anywhere.
When I tried to get you on, finally you were gone.
Yeah.
You were
It
gone.
was 8. You tried to get me on at 7:56.
Oh, yeah, we tried sooner than that, actually. We did try sooner, but we did miss you very much. You know how
Good.
much we appreciate your levity and being here. And the Six Borough is not the same without you.
Like I
so-
said, 2 weeks. It seems like a long time I've been gone.
Yeah, but it's not. You know,
No.
I mean, it's all good, and
Yeah.
you know, we're able to always keep the show up and rolling. And although when any of us is missing, it's just a hard thing to just try to overcome. But we do it. We actually make it through, and we make it a great show. We always do.
Well, I also this weekend I found out some news
Okay,
about another reunion.
another reunion.
Yes. Remember we didn't know the dates.
Yes.
We don't know the dates, but we got it narrowed down to the months.
To the months. Okay.
The Last American Virgin reunion is going to be February in Hollywood, California. It's going to be the Hollywood show. It's a big Comic-Con type thing there, and there's going to be special screening of the movie right by the facility where we're doing the signings, and then we're going to Jersey for Chiller Theater in April. We didn't get to go in one in October. That's a crazy one around Halloween, which I'm kind of glad because you get caught up with the Halloween stuff. So we're going to be in April there, and our guest from Family Ties is going to be there also.
Ralph Carter.
Yeah, no, it's Family Ties.
Oh, Family Ties.
yeah. Denise is coming. She's going to be interviewing everybody while we're there.
Yes. So for those of you that are listening, Joe was one of the main characters in a movie in the 80s called The Last American
They
Virgin.
know this.
Well, there are people that could be tuning in. I don't know if the people in our audience out here knows either, but I think it's important that we say that because that's a big deal. It's a 40th reunion,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Sure
of
shows
The
how
Last
old I
American
am.
Virgin.
Right.
And it was a great movie. For those of you that have not seen it, you can see it. And Joe, our one and only host right now here, he is one of the main characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I'm looking
it's
forward to
actually-
that.
It's
That's
a great
gonna be
movie.
fun,
It's
yeah.
hysterical. It's a rite of passage movie for boys.
And we've had
actually.
the whole cast on the show.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really interesting to see where they were, where they went, and what they're doing
Mm-hmm.
now. Love that progression because we do that a lot in the Sixth Borough.
Yes.
Who do we have coming on next week? Do you know?
Next week, I'm trying to get one of the Brady Bunch. She played Jan in the Brady Bunch.
Play
Seems
Jan
like
and the
that-
Brady
yeah.
Bunch. Okay.
Let's see if we could work our magic and get that.
All right, then. Well, stay tuned. We'll keep you all there. Well, everyone, thanks so much for tuning in to the Sixth Borough. And tune in next week at the same time, same place, same channel.
We will be here.
We'll be here. Thanks so much, everyone. Stay tuned for the next show, the Power Up Hour.
Hey, thanks for riding the Sixth Borough Radio Show. We hope that you will stay with us for part 2 of the show on Power Up Radio. Let's get your weekend started with a little bit of laughs and plenty of sauce.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
If a tree falls in the woods and no one is around to hear it, does it make a sound? Have you ever felt that your voice goes unheard? And you think that you can make a difference if only someone would listen? It's time for women in business to have a place to step into your power, a platform to embrace your hopes, dreams, and your visions, a voice to heal and restore. Your voice can make a difference. We have a platform you deserve to share your story and let your voice be heard. Be kind to yourself. Give yourself the chance to be heard and shine bright. Contact New Dawn Media by texting CAFE to 55312. That's CAFE to 55312. Or call us at 866-224-5422. Your voice can make a difference.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies is here. WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377 and visit our website at www.safetyworks.com. That's www.safetywercs.com. The Safety Works line of products has been carefully tested and established as the first line of defense against the worldwide pandemic and beyond. Our high-quality FDA line of personal protection equipment will keep you, your family, and your workspace as protected as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
This program is furnished by AMP2TV.Square.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Let's get your weekend started on Fridays with your one and only new host, Denise. Bringing you amped, raw, and fun energy to entertain as you end your week to welcome your weekend. Denise will bring new friends, celebrities, entrepreneurs, topic experts, musicians, foodies, local events, news, and much more to educate, celebrate, motivate, relax, and relate. As she says, let's make your mess your message. So let's get this party started. Here's Denise.
everyone, and welcome to the Power Up Hour, the second portion of our 2-hour show. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. We are excited. We have a really good agenda lined up. We're going to bring back...
house
It's a
tonight.
full house.
Yeah.
We love the studio being a full house. This is the way I want it to be. And we appreciate all of you that are here today with us. But we have some hot topics that I want to talk about.
Uh-oh.
We actually talked about some really interesting things last week. But if you're wondering why I'm wearing pink, it would be because it's Pinktober. And as you know, I am a breast cancer survivor, and I want to make sure that I am recognizing this month as being, today actually is the official day, the 13th of October, of being the National Breast Cancer Day. So that is, but the month itself is recognized.
Today's 13th?
Yeah.
14th, isn't it?
No, today's the 13th, folks, isn't it?
Friday the 13th? No.
Today's
I was gonna say,
14th?
You missed the day, Mama.
I missed the day. It was yesterday.
Otherwise, I was going to say it's Friday the 13th.
Oh, goodness me. See, I'm behind a day, ahead a day, but either way, yesterday was the day. And now we're still Pinktober. We're recognizing it. So for those of you out there, I always want to say that and recognize the fact that the work has to be done. We have to continue our research, dedicating ourselves to helping make and raise awareness. All my women out there, make sure you're getting your mammograms, checking yourself. And men, you are not exempt. Make sure that you are also staying on top of what you need to make sure that you're not falling victim to this terrible disease. And it's very, very important that we continue that recognition and supporting efforts and research. Very important. So with that said, that's why I'm wearing pink. I asked you to wear pink today. Do you know what he says?
What did I say? I already got my clothes with me. What am I going to say?
Well,
I don't own a pink shirt. I'm sorry.
He does. I don't own a pink shirt. And he sends me a picture of De Niro laughing hysterically, thinking that I'm going to get the fact that he owns a pink shirt. What was I thinking?
I was looking for a pink anything. No luck. Sorry.
We'll put a big bow on you next time.
Us Guidos don't wear pink.
Oh, gosh. Well, anyway, pink is real men wear pink. If anyone agrees with that, please, by all means. See, even the galley agrees. Anyone that wants to put their 2 cents in.
I have a pink shirt that I wear underneath one of my suits, but I wasn't going to go home and get it.
All right, so you can wear it next Friday.
Yeah, you wait for
We're
me.
going to hold you to it.
Okay.
Everyone that's listening right now, just so that you know, if you want to call in and give us any feedback on any of the guests that we have here or any topics that we're talking about or ask a question of us, it's 888-565-1470. That's the number that you dial to get a hold of us, and we want to hear from you. On top of that, if you want to see us live, you can also go to our website, www.powerupRadiotv.com, and you can become a member and you can see us, not just hear us, but you could see us. But if you're listening, it's 95.3, 96.9 FM, 1470 AM. And did you know you can catch us live also now on YouTube? And that's under Power Up Media. So many places that we're being distributed now. Aren't you proud of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's like mechanically, he's proud of us. But I want to make sure that we do let you all know that we are hitting the 1-year mark this month for the Power Up Hour. And we've actually completed 82 shows since inception. And we're very, very proud of that. We've had some fantastic stories on the Power Up Hour, and we continue to recognize shows that we bring guests on that have great comeback stories, stories that are making a difference, from whether it be from celebrities, high profile, the everyday Joe that has amazing stories to share of inspiration, motivation, educational components. And also, a part of the show that's very, very important to me is recognizing all of our nonprofits that are out there doing great things. So we always create a segment during the show dedicated to a nonprofit. We're the only show that does that, by the way. I just want you to know. We are the only show that does that, and we're very proud of that. Got anything to say about that?
I keep looking at this gator behind me. They don't take him off the screen. I think he's gonna bite me.
Right? And so we're diverted by a gator. Of course, we're down here in Florida. We're going to have gators everywhere, even in the studio.
Did you see there was one in Delray Beach?
And,
it washed up on the beach in Delray Beach.
Oh, actually, I did see that.
Yeah.
What was it doing in salt water? I don't know.
Must have been a croc.
Well, on that note,
But
hot
anyway.
topic. Let's go on to a hot topic because we have a full agenda
Go
today.
ahead.
Hot topic.
She's already with those notes. I get
I-
nervous every time I see these index cards.
Yeah, but this is something that we have to talk about. The Power Up Hour always talks about and brings up issues, concerns, things that really are very, very intense and very sensitive in our communities. And one of them is, of course, the Parkland verdict.
Yes.
We do need to make reference to that. The Parkland verdict on Nicholas Cruz, sentenced to life with no parole. And I want to tell you that I actually watched the entire court hearing by going name by name of each of the victims, and it was just heart-wrenching, very, very painful ending for many parents. And there was a lot of tension that's been boiled up in the jury room, because not only was that now the verdict, not a verdict that really a lot of the parents wanted, but
nobody wanted it except the one juror.
Well, that's actually the story that we're going to be just a little bit touch on that, because that juror is known as Juror X. And Juror X right now has a position that, it in order for the death penalty, or I should say the punishment that was really wanted to be warranted, you have to have the entire 12 judges the jury agree.
Yeah,
and
it has to be
one
a
held out.
unanimous decision.
Mm-hmm. And this juror now is getting a lot of flack and heat for that. But I do commend her for standing up. And this is what the legal system is all about, is stepping up and ensuring that everyone has a fair shake. And this person stood up for what she thought.
Don't get me started on the legal system.
Well, we don't want to do that. We don't. But the point is that one thing that was very, this was really tough, the deliberations on Cruz, and it was just really hard to see that the capital punishment was not issued. And it was based on the fact that the one juror felt because of mental illness.
Well, it took so long too.
Mm-hmm.
It took so long for this whole thing to pan out, and he didn't get executed, but he's going to be in prison for life in solitary. He's going to wish he was dead.
This is very true.
Yeah.
One of the parents actually did go ahead and spoke her mind, and felt very much so very confident that his time spent where he's going to be the rest of his life will be very, very difficult.
It's going to be in solitary.
Maybe even shortened. Who knows?
If he gets out, they'll do the same thing they did to Dahmer to him.
Well, listen, one thing is for sure, and this is, I think one of the parents actually did say this, and I agree with her. Many of the parents, like I said, were angry. It's a very painful ending. However, it's wrong to assume, I think, that capital punishment automatically brings these victims, these families, solace. And it's a painful thing, because not only that, but to get in the state of Florida capital punishment, it's like another 10, 15, 18 years.
Before he goes, yeah.
Right. So these parents will be dragged out into this and never, ever putting anything to rest. So it's a very mentally mind-boggling, never-ending scenario. And so, it's very hard to understand. It's important that imposing this type of verdict on the family and to the offender, it's almost like it never ends. So our thoughts go out to all of the families, and we do wish you peace from the Power Up Hour. And I do hope that at some point in time there's a peace that comes to all of you and your families. So with that is a very hot topic. Last week we talked about the hurricane, Hurricane Ian, and the devastation. They're coming along, and schools are going to be back open because they're trying to create some normalcy out there. And the city's working really, really hard, or cities are working very, very hard. Yeah. So, we're going to be moving on to what we have going on. So as I said, we're going to go right into our guest today. We have two special, I would say, nonprofits that we're going to be talking about and doing some great works in our communities. So our first one that we have is the First Responder Pause Luncheon event that we're all going to be supporting and talking about. And that is going to be an event that supports the First Responders Park Foundation, which is benefiting the Broward County Therapy Dogs.
And when is that?
That is now. We're going to be talking to them now. I really thought that they were going to bring the dogs.
The event?
The event itself is going to be October 28th.
Okay.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about that.
Are we going?
We are going.
Oh, okay.
Of course, we support them. We're definitely going to be going, again, October 28th, and it will be at the Ritz-Carlton in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh.
All right, at 11:30, and we'll talk more about that. But the thing that I found so interesting about this particular event is the fact that it deals with animals. And we've been talking all month so far about first responders. We had the Moment of Silence that we've done some really great work with, and then we had the Boca Police Foundation that we just had recently we did some work with. So October has been dedicated to first responders, and this is right in line with what we've been trying to accomplish in the theme for the month. So we do have with us the Broward County Firefighter of the Year. That's right, Firefighter of the Year, Dean Marino. And he was supposed to bring his therapy dog with him, Oscar, but wasn't able to make it. He's a very big dog, and I don't even think he would have fit in the studio regardless. But he'll be here in spirit. So we can go ahead and bring. We have with us again Dean Marino. I'm thinking like Dean. We have Dean with us, and just to let you know, look at the accolades and the work that this person has done. So Dean Marino himself has been helping the first responders overcome PTSD and other mental health conditions that are caused by trauma from being on the actual field working. He is a firefighter EMT for over 20 years, certified instructor in advanced cardio life support, basic life support, and pediatric advanced life support. That's a lot for me to say all at once. An active shooter instructor with advanced degrees in instructing and knowing fire science. I didn't even know there was such a thing. You do all that? Wow.
man.
You're the man. You have time for anything else?
I have time to go with the dog and visit people.
Great.
Well, we're going to actually want to know more about what you're doing. And I also really want to say this, that you're also a certified peer counselor in the critical incident stress management, owner and handler of therapy dogs. And you also have a couple of dogs in training.
I do.
Right. And the other thing is that you are the founder of the First Responders Pack, which is why you're here today.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you so much for everything that you do. I mean, how lucky are we to have someone like that in the streets, doing and working with us and protecting us?
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I think that we have some certain things that we want to ask of you. And don't be shy to speak up. Everyone is going to be here. I mean, you're out in the field. You're you know what? You're running into places when I'm running out. So there's no shyness here. And we're gonna go ahead and jump into knowing a lot more about what the actual event is all about. And I really want you to tell me, how did the inspiration of this foundation come to be?
It started in 2017. I've been a firefighter for going on 24 years now.
Oh, 24 years. Okay.
And it started in 2017. I was involved in the Fort Lauderdale airport shooting. I was the first one that was there. I was doing a fire watch detail.
I remember that.
And it dramatically affected me afterwards, seeing what I saw. Because normally we go in after the scene is secured. The police are making sure that we are safe. But instinct took over, and I ran in and did what I could to help those that were there. We train every day for what we can see, what we do, but we can't train for how we're supposed to feel afterwards. And that's the hard part. You know, we're humans too. We have life, families, and it really affected me afterwards. And a couple images I'll always remember. I'll always stay in my mind. And I look for ways to help me deal with that. And I did a lot of research, and therapy dogs came up, and that was a new concept within the last 5 to 6 years. It's just starting to take off with first responders. They're used for the military veterans, but they're not really used in the first responder field. So I did some research, I started to look around, and I saw the benefits of having a therapy dog.
Now, wasn't there another firehouse or other therapy dogs in Dade County?
Yes, there are.
Is that a model that you more or less tried to follow?
It is.
Okay.
I went down there, I saw their dogs, I visited with them a few times, and I learned and watched, and they've helped me along, and here I am today doing what I do.
So this actually inspired you, so to speak.
It inspired me, absolutely.
Whatever happened to having dogs in the firehouse, like the Dalmatians? Wasn't that the same purpose for the most part?
Probably for the most part, because dogs do make a difference. They dramatically make a difference. It's incredible.
I would always imagine that there would be a dog part of a firehouse.
I believe there should be in every firehouse, to be honest with you.
I didn't. When did it go away? Like, why don't they do that now?
It's just been something that they haven't done, and hopefully that we can change that, and eventually down the road that we can prove that it works and make a difference.
Well, it sounds like the impetus for you to do this is very, very much so needed. One of the nonprofits that was just here, which was called Moment of Silence, they've now just opened up an office here. They were out of New York and now here. They actually are providing service and support for PTSD and preventing suicide, which I learned that suicide was one of the top leading causes for at least for a police officer.
It is the leading cause of death.
It is very high for first responders.
Right. So tell me more about how this all came to be. So you did a lot of work. How did it help you?
it helped me it gave me a purpose.
Okay.
I found, I've been a firefighter for 23, 24 years now, and it's our job to help others. But I found the dog.
You can speak closer into your mic,
Sorry.
please.
I
Yes.
found the dog, and I realized how he changed my life, gave me purpose, gave me something to look forward to, and how it's helped me. And I decided that I want to help others in return. And we started to go out and do many volunteer events, and the difference it makes is incredible. And that's what inspired me to start a foundation in order to help first responder agencies acquire and train therapy dogs for themselves and for their members, because it makes a difference. Honestly, it makes a difference. It makes you feel good. It's incredible to watch. It truly is.
Now, what kind of like special training do the dogs have? Like,
The dog, I got Oscar at 8 weeks.
Right.
He's a yellow Labrador.
Right.
He's a beautiful dog, and very special and grateful to have him. And started with just the basic obedience training. They have to learn the basic commands: sit, stay. They have to do the canine good citizen. They have to do community canine good citizen.
Yeah, I know a lot of humans that should go to that.
You're not.
I really do. Yeah.
So do I. But
Absolutely.
at around 1 year of age, they can start doing the therapy dog training, and that's when I took them to the I took them to the Paws and Stripes College, Brevard County Sheriff's
Paws
Office.
and Stripes College.
Yes.
Look at that. Boy, I can take that too. There's Paws and Stripes. I envision dogs wearing stripes as if they were in jail.
Well,
Do they-
to be honest with you, they use the prisoners to help train the dogs.
Is that right?
They do.
I was going to
Wow.
say that.
Now I get it.
It is a great program.
Maxwell Air Force Base, the prison there, they have a dog program.
Yes, there are a few out throughout the country.
Yeah.
Correct.
So the dogs get trained at these
They
facilities.
give the inmate, the puppy, the dog when he's a little puppy, and they bring it to the training. They live with the dog for a year, and then I heard
we
guys
come
like
in.
cry when they take them from them.
It is incredible to watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. So how long are they in training?
They're probably about 6 months. They do the basic training, and then the final week, the handlers come from all over the country, from different agencies throughout the country.
Okay.
And they get matched up with the dog, and they do training, and they get certified together as a therapy dog team. And then they go on to their respective colleges, police stations, police forces, firehouses.
What a great thing.
It is a wonderful thing, truly.
So is it safe to say that you might say that you saved the dog, but the dog saved you?
The dog saved me for sure,
Yeah.
without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
So tell us a little bit more then about what your hopes and desires are with what you've been doing.
Well, my desire is to help agencies acquire and train dogs. And I know it's an expense to start a program, and I get that. And I did that with my own money, my own time. I volunteered my hours. And Oscar, we actually passed 400 visits, and Oscar became an AKC certified therapy excellence dog. So we've done a lot of work in the community, and I've seen the magic, and it's truly a blessing to be able to do it. And I want other agencies to do it, and I want to be able to help them in any way I can.
Well, the fact that you've created this model would be hopefully something that someone else can very easily mimic in other cities, firehouses, wherever.
And I researched, there's not very many non-for-profits in the country that do this. There's very limited. There's a lot that do it for veterans,
Oh, okay.
but they don't do it for first responders. There's not very many. And
Well, they should be. I mean, this is something that seems like a gap, and I'm glad that you've taken the lead to close this gap, because certainly, whether animals in general, they just have this ability to bring healing and love, and it just brings the spirit to another place.
absolutely. And I've seen grown men wearing guns, handcuffs, vests, start to cry when you bring the dogs. They start to baby talk.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, yeah.
incredible.
It's unconditional love.
Because it is unconditional, pure love.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how we do baby talk
It-
to our
it-
animals.
There's
yeah.
Oscar right there.
Yeah.
That is Oscar, yes.
We are showing some pictures right now for those that are listening and not watching. We have some pictures of actually Oscar at work here, and that's our one and only Dean who's with us right now.
How old is Oscar now?
He's almost 2.5.
Almost 2.5. Well, how much does it cost to train the dogs, more or less?
Average cost
Little
can
one.
be up to $10,000 to $15,000, $20,000 when it's all said and done, including the medical expenses and all. People don't look at all those things when you factor that into, but
Right.
and just the cost of the dog itself, and the food and the expenses and the medical and training, and it's just. But it's well worth it. I would do it 10 times over if I could.
Right.
I would.
I have to say that I'm an owner of 3 dogs. Don't think I'm crazy, but I do have 3 dogs, and it's just they're children to me. And one I just recently got because of just some being displaced, and you take care of it like it's a baby.
Absolutely.
I had to sleep with it. I had to nurse it. It was just just nurturing it.
Absolutely.
Tell me some of the events that you've actually taken Oscar to, or events, or I should say tragedies, incidents where he actually did what he did best. Let's just say it that way.
We were down at Surfside
Okay.
after the collapse.
The condominium. Right. Mm-hmm.
And our first assignment was the hotel where the families of the victims were.
Where they stayed after.
Where they stayed after. And within the first 30 seconds of just walking into the lobby was overwhelming. The people crying, they wanted to hug Oscar. They wanted to just talk to him. It's like they can just open up because it's just unconditional, pure love. That it's non-judgmental. And they talk, they feel better, they thank you, they walk away. There were times I had to walk away because I was getting emotional.
Getting emotional.
Oh, wow.
And also being a dog owner, we have to be advocates for the dog and know when they need a break too, because it's a lot of emotion.
Yeah.
And even after that, last few days, we would go to where the site where the first responders were working and just walk around, and they would call us over, hey, bring the dog over here. Then they would take out their phone and show pictures of their dogs and start talking about their dogs and how they FaceTime their dogs. And I'm like, what about your wife? And they're like, oh, no, I just want to talk to the dog. And it's incredible. And they would thank you for just 5 minutes that you could see the relief, the stress just go away. And you can't explain it. You have to see it.
Yeah.
But it's incredible.
I can see by the pictures.
It's incredible.
These are some fantastic pictures that we're looking at for those of you that are listening and not watching.
Wearing reindeer ears there.
As a toy drive, we went to a toy drive to help.
Yeah. They do say that our dogs in particular were made by God for the purpose of being man's best friend.
You're right.
And I could see very easily. I mean, there are people that are cat people. I get those.
Absolutely.
Okay, great cat people, yay. But I do like dogs. So.
Absolutely, 100%.
Now I'm gonna get calls saying, "Are you?"
I like them both.
And
I do like cats. Everyone, just be clear on that. I do like cats.
I'm going to share one quick story on why Oscar's
Please do.
so special. My wife, about 6 months ago, had brain surgery. She had a tumor removed. She was in the hospital. I'm sorry,
that's okay.
Still
It's
bothers
okay.
me.
It's okay.
She was in the hospital for 3 days, and every time we come home, anywhere we go, Oscar will run and bring a stuffed animal to us.
Oh.
Because he's just showing that he's glad that we're home.
Right.
So on the second night after I came home of being in the hospital with her, I go to our bedroom door and there's 9 stuffed animals
on the bed,
sitting by the door.
Wow.
And I cried.
Of course.
I'm like, how did he know?
All the
How'd he know?
animals. Well, he's certainly special.
That was, I'm like,
So
at that moment,
shows how smart it really
it shows how smart they know.
Yeah. I mean, they say they don't have souls, but I believe they do.
Everybody, when they look at Oscar, they say he has an old man soul.
An old man
I
soul.
get that 100 times every time they see him. It's incredible.
So how many dogs do you have
That
in
was what I was
training
just
right
gonna
now?
ask you,
Oh,
how
I'm so
many
sorry.
dogs,
Yeah.
I have 2 other labs.
Okay.
Oliver, he's 7 months old, and Bailey is 6 months old.
Bailey, that's my dog's name.
Bailey's special.
There's always one.
There's always one. She's the one.
She's the one.
Yeah.
And but this is Oscar, or is this?
That's Oliver.
That's Oliver.
Yeah, we took him to his first
He's a little
event.
younger, right?
It was suicide awareness for first responders and military.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. And this is the special one?
No Bailey.
That's Bailey. The
Bailey.
special
Little black
one.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's when we first got her. And you can see Oscar towering over her.
How old is she now?
She's 6 months old now.
6 months.
Yeah.
Now you said that when they go through their training, they're away for 6 months.
No, they go. They already went to a 2-week board and train. They
Okay.
went to a dynamite dog training, and they did the basic obedience, and they were gone for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then we come back, and then we're going to go back again and work on the canine good citizen. And
Right.
then when they get close to 1 year old, we're going to take them up to Brevard County and do the Paws and Stripes program.
Okay. Well, like I said, there's a few people I want to send to that program. So the cost of training is anywhere between $10,000 to $15,000 for one particular dog. And is this the effort in raising dollars for this event that's coming up? If we can actually see the event, the flyer that we have that's coming up, that's going to be supporting the effort right? So you're announcing on here, this is the first responder pause. And we are going to be putting this on our website, by the way.
Thank you.
And we're going to be creating calendar events so everyone can actually go on there if they want to see. And we'll put a link on there that they can actually get tickets. By the way, how much are the tickets for this event?
They're $50 a person.
$50 a person, okay, and it's going to be at the Ritz-Carlton.
Yes.
And, it's interesting that you should say that I'm reading these stats because it says here on the invitation that there's an estimated 18 to 24% of dispatchers and 35% of the police officers suffer from PTSD.
Yes.
And most or many first responders self-medicate, unfortunately, with alcohol, self-destructive and abusive behaviors to cope with the stress. That's just... I mean, like I said, you know what, Joe, they're running in and I'm running out. I mean, I'd be the first to admit that.
You explained that day you saw that stuff. That's just stuff you can't erase from your mind.
It is. You cannot erase it.
Yeah.
You know, I remember from 9/11, there were a lot of dogs
Yes.
that did show up at Ground Zero and did exactly what you were saying. And it certainly is a relief to have. And just in general, service dogs, a dog. But just to bring a little levity to you, there are what they call service animals. We all know
Yes,
that, right?
correct.
So there was an incident that someone actually dubbed their service animal to be an ostrich. And they literally put it on an airplane.
Wow.
And the ostrich occupied a seat. I kid you not, this is a
Ostriches
true
are huge.
story.
They're gigantic.
Well, listen.
And they're mean, too.
Well, it was a service animal. I don't know how they got the certification to do that. I don't know if they went to canine school or ostrich school. I don't know. But at the end of the day, that animals, regardless, everyone has a spirit animal.
That's right.
And I guess for that person, it was an ostrich. I can't imagine anything that. But
You could bring a grizzly bear.
I don't know if you can bring a grizzly bear.
I went to an event and they had 2 therapy alpacas.
What's an alpaca again?
It's like an ostrich.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
It's
sorry,
an
everybody.
called an
I just learned
alpaca.
something.
I was impressed. I've never seen one. And
An
I was
alpaca.
impressed.
Smart.
2 of
They're
them.
smart. They
They-
had to behave. Really?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I've heard pigs. I've
There's
heard
pigs.
little pigs
I've
are
seen
brilliant.
roosters.
Pigs are very
I've seen
smart.
hamsters.
That are service animals, roosters,
they say that-
hamsters.
Yes.
Oh, stop.
I went to an event with horses.
Hamsters are smart, too.
Yeah. I saw a hairless hamster.
Did you
didn't
need the
know
dog
what-
after that? Because I know I would if I saw a hairless hamster. That'd be quite scary.
Oscar freaked out, actually. He didn't know.
I would freak out, too.
Oh my God! Never mind a hairless cat. That's scary enough. But now,
Scary enough.
Mr. Bigglesworth.
A hamster?
Hamster.
Was it a mutation or was it
No.
that real thing?
They said it was a real thing.
Cool.
And there you go, everyone. Here
Didn't
on
have
the
to
Power
worry
Up
about it
Hour, we
shedding.
are
No.
educating you on the different types of animals that are out there. But you are we really appreciate the work that you're doing, and I'm so in support of what you are bringing to into integrating into the community of the first responders world. It's very, very necessary. I've learned so much in the mental health field and their lack of for our first responders. And it's very, very important. And not only that, there's a stigma that can come with that.
There is a stigma.
And unfortunately, it needs to be not considered one because if someone is reaching out for help, it's a good sign. It's a really good sign. And it's not to be carried with them. I don't know how you feel about that, but it's all part of the therapy.
It is part of the therapy. And I agree with you. When I first started almost 24 years ago, it was an ego issue. We have to be tough. If the culture is you can't be weak, can't let the call bother you, you can't show your feelings because they'll pounce on it.
Right.
But we have to change that.
Yes.
Even a few years ago, I lost a coworker to suicide, and it's real.
Yeah.
And we need to address that.
Yeah.
And part of addressing that is with therapy dogs and bringing awareness. I go to FHE Health. They have a Shatterproof program. I go once a month, and it's first responders from all over the country.
Oh, wow.
And Oscar and I go and talk to them, and peer to peer, it's emotional, it's inspiring, it's motivating, it's
I
incredible.
love my
to
favorite
watch
words. My favorite words.
It's incredible
realize
to watch that.
These people are the first ones to show up at these bad auto accidents and stuff like that. I mean, they see everything.
I've seen things you don't want
I
to see.
can imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I realize that it's not just for the PTSD, the work that you're doing, but it's also helping those that are with Alzheimer's and other different types of rehab. Is that right?
that is right. I go weekly with another therapy dog named Olivia. We go to an Alzheimer's dementia facility, and to see the response that they give it's incredible to watch them move, and
It's like they wake up.
They wake up,
Yeah.
exactly. And the nurses will tell us, Mr. Jones never moves, but you bring
So
the
the
dog
dog.
by and he wants to move and pat him,
Aw.
and you can't replace that. You
No.
can't see that. We
Yeah.
go to autism events, we go to Special Olympic events, we go to. Tomorrow I'm going to the ER. It's Nurses Week,
Oh, that's
so
fantastic.
we're going to go thank the nurses for what they do. I mean, it's
So if anyone who want to get a hold of you, all right, and want to have you bring Oscar, Bailey, or the one that's in training,
right.
okay?
That's Bailey, right?
It's
Bailey
with-
and Oliver. Yes.
Bailey and Oliver. How do they do that? How do they get a hold of you to want to be able to have you bring the dogs and do what they do so good?
I'm having a website launch actually this weekend. It's
Oh, I love it.
firstresponsderspack.org,
Firstresponsderspack.org. Okay.
or you can email me, dean@firstresponsderspack.org,
Okay.
or you can call me, and I can give you my phone number if you'd like.
Okay. So for those of you that are listening, it will also be on the Power Up Radio TV website. If you wish to want to communicate with them, they will remain part of our website for as long as the website exists. And we'll be able to make sure that we give you as much support as possible because you're doing great work in our community.
Yeah.
And that's what Power Up is all about. We want to bring inspiration, education, motivation, all my favorite words.
It's the ability to give back
Yes.
is what makes it special.
When giving back, you heal yourself too.
At 100%.
And that's very,
I will
very
tell you
important.
that from my own testimonial,
Yes.
that giving back is healing for me.
Oh, yes.
It's my therapy.
Could
Yep.
see it really.
It touches you deeply, and
Yeah.
the passion is
You really have deep. That's the word. Passionate.
the passion that you're showing in your work and your dedication. Is just very moving. Thank you so much for doing that, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
We actually have, once again, everyone, you've been listening to Dean Marino, who is part of the actual organization. If we can actually have the flyer up one more time, please. So we have the First Responder Pause, which is by FHE Health. And this event is to be supporting the First Responders PAC Foundation. And this is going to be a luncheon event held Friday, October 28th, this year, of course. And the doors,
Yes, sir.
2 weeks from today. And so it's going to be at the Ritz-Carlton in Fort Lauderdale. And once again, if you want to have more information on this, you can reach out to our website, or you can actually go to the new website, once again, is...
firstresponsderspack.org.
All righty, there you go. Everyone, you've heard it. We hope to see you there. Tickets are $50. And this is for a great cause, by the way. Will Oscar be there?
Oscar will be there, and we also have silent auction items that are wonderful for people to be able to purchase.
All right. And if people want to make a donation, can they do that on the website?
They can. There's
right.
a link to donate on the website.
All righty then. Well, thank you so much once
See you
again.
in 2 weeks.
Yes, we'll
it,
see
man.
you in
Thank
2
you.
weeks. Thank you so much for coming on. Your great work is so impressive and passionate, and we need more people like you. We need more Oscars out there. My dogs are no good. My dogs just, they'll look at you and lick you to death, which is not a bad thing.
Not at
It's
all.
not a bad thing, but they do certainly bring a lot of joy, and that's what you're going to do. And thank you so much for doing that. So once again, everyone, just stay tuned. We're going to go to a commercial break and go on to the next segment of our show.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items, and products you need. Our compelling corporate gifts meet high-quality standards and are designed to work for every budget. RD Promo makes promoting your business affordable, efficient, and fun. We work with high-end clients, advertising, and marketing firms alike to craft successful marketing campaigns for brands. Small businesses, major corporations, and multinational Fortune 500 companies have trusted us for their promotional product needs. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at rdpromo.com. We all know that paper straws are terrible. They dissolve after a few minutes of being in your drink. When they dissolve, they are also releasing gluten into your drink. Gator straws are different because they are made from rice paper. Rice, like when used with sushi, it gets wet and it binds. Gator straws last at least 4 to 5 hours in a drink. Gator straws are gluten-free, manufactured with superior paper, are recyclable, animal-friendly, eco-friendly, and simply the best straw on the market. For more information, call 855-915-7377 and visit our website at www.safetyworks.com. That's www.safetyworks.com. The Safety Works line of products has been carefully tested and established as the first line of defense against the worldwide pandemic and beyond. Our high-quality FDA line of personal protection equipment will keep you, your family, and your workspace as protected as possible during these uncertain times. Call 1-855-915-7377 or visit our website at safetyworks.com. That's safety, WERCS.com.
From time to time, this program engages in contesting for prize giveaways. A listener must call into the radio station talk line and be a specific caller or answer a trivia question as specified by the show host to be awarded the prize. The contest duration is the length of the program itself. Winners may be limited to one winner per address and or phone number every 3 months. All listeners are eligible for prizes. Prizes do not exceed a value of $325. The prizes are provided by the show, and the delivery of the prizes is the sole responsibility of the program itself and not the radio station.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. What a passionate interview we just had with the event that we were just talking about, which was the project that deals with animals and their recovery. And so I just want to make sure that for any of you that did miss it, you need to really turn in. And it was the First Responder Pause Luncheon event that's going to be taking place. And this particular event is supporting the First Responders PAC Foundation, which is benefiting the Broward County Therapy Dogs. And just this particular interview was just amazing as to the passion that's behind this and what is necessary for our first responders out there that actually can gain a lot of spiritual lifting and mental lifting just from being with a dog. And these dogs are crazy. They have the ability to really heal. They really do. So with that, thanks so much. We'll have to make sure everyone stays on top of that and knows what's going on there. But I have to actually say, once again, we have here the project that we were talking about last week, the EJS project, also known as the Emmanuel Jackson Senior Project. And they are out of Delray. So this is, again, another spotlight on the nonprofit. We had here last week Adrian Kerman, who is a board of directors and also running a gala that is coming up. And we're going to talk more about that. And just so that you know what this organization does, once again, we are making reference to the EJS project out of Delray. And it is a project and it is a service community for engaging minority youth in Delray to improve the perception and aspirations of the future generations. It helps bring the leadership, equity of opportunity, promotes success in teens' day-to-day and school lives, encourages them to be a catalyst for positive change in their community and to dream big. Don't you just love that? Right, Joe? We'd like to hear from you.
I wish I could get a word in. I'm like, every time I'm like...
Well, jump in anytime you want, because I know you are full of comments, and I know that you have some great thoughts about different projects like this. But we have to welcome them. We have with us two of the individuals that are very, very crucial to the actual project itself. We have with us Dupree Jackson, sitting to the right of me.
And Arif.
Arif.
Okay. Now, were you guys here last week?
I wasn't. It was Adrian, Marcus, and Tyler.
I wasn't here. I heard. I was listening to some of it. And
you didn't make it?
No, I was at my high school reunion.
Okay.
And I was listening to it in the car, and it was very interesting.
Yes, Adrian did a fantastic job. She's also an attorney, a realtor actually. She's a realtor, and the name of her organization is called Fur Baby Real Estate.
I know you liked that, right?
I know you
I
gotta
did
like
that.
That's
and
a cool name.
That was a very cool name, and actually, she is a realtor that specializes in being able to help families, individuals, anyone that's looking to buy a house that has animals, and finding the right location.
It's hard, especially if you're, some places they don't let big dogs in. That's changing a lot, don't they?
Yep, that's her specialty. So
Yeah.
she's very special, and
She
she's
found a
on the
niche.
board. As well, and she's also putting this whole gala that is coming up. And if you can actually pull up the invitation for the gala, that
There's
would be
another
great.
event?
This is another event.
I love these events.
This event, yes, this is an event, and so Dupree, who's
That's
with
next
us, is the actual founder and the executive director. His real name is Emmanuel Dupree Jackson. And I'm thinking, when I know this for a fact, that you are junior.
I am.
And senior, EJ. Is senior with us?
No, he passed away in 2011.
Okay, all right. I
Sorry
wasn't
to hear
sure about that. But we did have last week Marcus Darasal, who is the program director and an English teacher. Great program, and talked a lot about the in and outs of the actual program itself and what you're trying to achieve there. And I want to give you a lot of credit, Dupree, for doing what you do. This event is very, very important because it's actually supporting some of the things that are going on with respect to having to move the location. So they're in a situation right now that it's too small.
Oh, you
where
guys
they are.
expanded that much.
Yep. They're there, and I want to share with us once again the programs that are there and what they're doing, how many students there are, kids that are participating, their age group, so the crowd can hear what's going on.
Okay, yeah, I'll start off. Well, the age range is 12 to 19, or when they graduate, whichever one comes first. Programs varies. We have something called About That Action, which is our slogan, and up under that we do a lot of community outreach, community involvement, showing up at events, helping organization initiatives set up, break down, attend festivals, events, and have a vendor booth to be there to provide information for parents who are looking for places for their teens to go. So we're always out in the community. That's what we do. We have that small space, so we're very strategic about always being active outside of those four walls. Another one of our programs, I'll go to our Purpose Pays program, which is we started out over the summer providing our teens with their first work experience. So I reach out, I just call up people within my network, business owners, and ask them, say, hey, I got a deal. We'll provide a student, we prepare them. They have enough of the soft skills to get started. They can help you, they can do some work, and guess what? We'll pay them. So we write grants or we get donations to pay the students. They get work experience, and at the end of summer, they have a check to take some of that pressure off their parents, so they can.
That's something.
Huh?
Yes.
We should hire them.
Yeah.
We're gonna need some help.
We're gonna need some help.
And you know what? That we get that a lot, and our program, we're steadily growing that program. Like this year, we just received a grant from Impact 100 Men to start something we call TCR, which is Teen Career Readiness, because what we wanted to do, anytime we make that deal with a business owner, we wanted to make sure they had someone come help and add to their business, not be an extra burden,
Right.
Sure.
So we going to help with those soft skills. Arif, myself, and Marcus, we're and Tamika, we're working on.
Well, nowadays
creating workshops.
these kids are great with computers and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They have the jump on us.
Right.
Yep.
They're great with computers, but there's certain things we got to teach them, like
Right.
Microsoft Suites, just learn how to use Excel. Certain things that
Got to teach me too.
I don't know. So I said we got to teach them, and we'll hire the people to teach them.
Yeah.
No, but also too, it's more of like the soft skills, right? That's sort of what we're trying to focus on, because the hard skills is what you learn during the job.
Right.
But it's the soft skills that can help you get ready for that job, and that's kind of like the main purpose behind that TCR.
You know, I've often have said that our actual school agenda, the classes, and there is a gap in
Big
teaching
gap.
everyday life skills. You know, that from work skills to, you know, banking skills to understanding how the finance world works. And we need programs like this. We really do. Especially preparing them for, you know, career or working and getting the soft skills, how to behave in the workplace. Goodness grief, many millennials at this point can probably use that benefit too. But the point here is that it's certainly a great project you're working on, but I do understand that you actually have to rotate the kids because the facility is so small that you can only have so many kids at a time.
Yeah.
So you have to actually manage the calendar.
We do.
You do. So tell me a little bit about the goal and where you want to go ahead and see yourself.
You hit it on the head. Not only manage how many kids we have in the space at one time, but also how many kids we could take on field trips, because we only have one 15-passenger van as well. Sometimes I use my car. It's not insured through the business. Our board members frown upon that, but you know, me is all about making sure our kids don't miss out on opportunities. So we need to grow in every aspect. And at the end of the year, because our time is up in our current location, our next move, we need to be a bigger space. So that's how this gala came about, because you know, we had a short amount of time. We had to raise a good amount of funds and a good amount of awareness. So
Let's see if we can get the flyer back up.
Did you find another location, or you have anything in mind?
We haven't. We're working on it. We got a lot of leads, and that's the thing. Leading up to this gala, it kind of helped spread awareness already, because people are calling. We had a town hall meeting a few weeks ago on September 21st. Got a lot of leaders out from all over the county to kind of brainstorm.
I mean, it's a great cause. People are going to help you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We've been doing great work in this community for the past 8 years, and we were able to fall back on that. So people are showing up for us right now.
And you're going to stay in the Del Rey area.
That's the goal. And specifically in our northwest, southwest neighborhood, that's where I grew up. That's where I was raised. And if Del Rey, if you go by the numbers, that's what they consider the vulnerable footprint.
So this gala is on October 20th.
Tell us about the gala.
October 20th, right here at the Addison, right here in Boca.
Can I tell y'all about it?
Yes, please.
Is that the one we went to?
Yes.
It's right down the street. You guys
right
can
down
walk,
the street.
park here,
No, I don't walk, but I'll go there.
We went to one a couple weeks ago. It was actually very nice.
Yeah.
It's a really great venue.
So tell us about the event.
Well, even though I went to high school right here in Boca High, it's my first time actually going to the Addison. But like I said, when we knew we had a short time to raise a lot of awareness and a lot of funds, so we had to, we got some help with planning this. I never planned a gala. Adrian is great.
She is great.
So we had to pick a venue that would draw people that aren't currently in our network. We wanted to drum up some excitement. So we have a nice event. Cindy over at the Addison, they've been amazing. So you name it, you know, premium bar, open bar the whole time. Once you get your ticket, once you show up, everything's taken care of, from valet, from the food, the drinks, the service, tableside wine service. We're laying it out because
food and drinks. You got me.
We got you, man. And you know what? We're gonna hopefully catch your heart too. We're gonna let you and motivate you, because that's what this is about. You know, showing where we come from, the struggles, where we are now, and the vision. We're gonna inspire you, man, because I dream big and we dream big, and we don't let anything stop us. So you're gonna see how far we came since we started dreaming.
Dupree, tell me a little bit how you came to create the foundation or this project. Just give us a real quick rundown on that, because we're coming to a close and I want to hear this.
All right, so I'm going to give you the real quick version. I was fed up. I was fed up looking around and not seeing enough opportunities, hearing all the bad things about our kids and people predicting their future, and it seemed real grim that they couldn't be this, couldn't do that. Then I said to myself, well, you're going to be right. You know, it's one of those things. You either, if you think you can't, you're right. If you think you can, you're right. And I wanted to provide kids with opportunities. I thought that was the solution. You know, open up their minds, show them what they can be if they just had a little guidance, a little support, and they had one person that believed in them. You know, and that's what I wanted to be, because that was my dad was to me. My dad was stern. He was mean, but he was fair. I'm not as mean. I'm stern, but I'm definitely fair. So, you know, and I get that, and I rubs off. So, and a lot of our parents, they appreciate me what we bring, how we support their kids, and we want to keep doing this for a long time and support.
God bless you, man. We're behind you all the way.
Totally.
I know it. You already
Appreciate
are.
that.
It's been great since I talked to you a couple weeks ago. It's been great.
Yeah.
Well, we're excited to always try to help make a difference. So once again, this is the EJ's project, and the gala event is going to be next Thursday, and that date is the October 20th from 6 until 9:30 at the Addison. And they are celebrating 8 years of action, but the big story behind this is that they're trying to raise awareness and money to get them into a bigger facility. So if they want to go ahead and get tickets, what's the best way to do that?
Well, time is ticking. We did a count today. We probably have about 15, 16.
About 15 tickets left.
Individual.
Wow, I
15
love
tickets
it.
left. Yeah, it's a huge milestone for us. So, yeah, you got to act quick.
All right, to be a part of this is the first gala, yeah?
It's the first
First
one.
one.
Okay. And the ticket price?
$350.
Okay. All right, $350. Well worth the investment and the time and the reason why you're going. So that is really great. You know what? Thank you so much for making a difference in our community. We are so excited for you.
Excited to be there.
Yes, we're excited to be
Look
there.
forward to it. We're going to have a good time.
We're going to have a good time for sure.
We will. So once again, thank you for being here. We're big supporters. If you are a nonprofit out there and you would like to have an opportunity to be spotlighted on our show, by all means, go ahead and communicate with us, and you can do that through our website, and that is www.powerupradioTV.com.
And we're filling up that website with
We are filling it up.
nonprofits. This is great, yeah.
Doing good work.
Love to see it. We love to see it, man.
We're here to help the community, that's for
This
sure.
is what we want to do, and this was one of the things of my dreams of having this show, at least give exposure to organizations like this, because they are doing great things in our
Yes, and we
community.
need to let everyone know.
Yes.
So can I ask a question?
Sure.
So now, am I part of the 6th borough?
Oh,
Without
well.
a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Yeah?
Yes, the
Okay.
Six Barrels, the
New York.
first show. Yes.
It's our own city we're making.
That's what's
Yes,
up.
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm a new
So
resident.
thank you so much for being here. We're actually going to now go to the close of our show. We're going to go commercial, and everyone stay tuned for next week. You never know who's going to show up on the show and what we're going to talk about and what hot topics and trends are out there to manage a conversation around. Everyone, thanks so much. Have a great, safe weekend.
Next week at this time, we'll be talking about the event from Thursday
That's right. We'll be
night.
talking about this event. That's
Yeah,
right. That's
yeah.
right. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for next week. Have a great, safe weekend, and stay
Thank you,
positive.
everybody.
Power up, everybody.
RD Promo is the premier source of unique and captivating promotional products. Whether you need gifts for trade shows, corporate giveaways, holidays, or something in between, RD Promo is committed to the best services and products for our clients. Our expert account representatives are committed to your satisfaction and are prepared to help you find the promotional bags, gift items,